Just so nobody freaks out that when I mentioned sledgehammering in a pond, I would never sledgehammer the main area of the pond. I'm talking about doing stuff like that, which the fish can't feel that. And more specifically, this is what I would sledgehammer here. Once I bust it off, then I usually throw it on top of the ice pack where it can melt in due time. I'm just trying to prevent, and you can sledge a little down here without disrupting the fish. I'm not talking about like heavy hammering. I'm not that strong anyway. I'm just talking about small stuff like that, because a little piece of ice like that could cause, for example, the water to flow over top of this, on top of the ice sheet. And if I didn't have the aerator hole there, you could pump the pond out dry over top of the ice. And you can see right now there's water splashing. I think you can see it maybe, water splashing up onto the ice flow because of this piece of ice that I moved. So I gotta get it out of the way to reduce that splash. And yes, I did bonk a little bit of ice down there where the fish could feel it, but I'm like barely touching this stuff. It's coming off pretty easy right now because hasn't been cold that long. So when people are telling you not to sledgehammer, they're talking about taking this hammer and like beating the surface of the pond, like if I didn't have that hole there. That you don't want to do. Using hot water doesn't usually work either, but I will run hot water down the falls, usually from the top, to help melt it out on occasion. But you're talking when it's bitter cold, and I guess it's 15, it's pretty bitter cold here. But whenever I knock little pieces of ice off, you have to be sure that they don't divert in the water. So a little bit of work like that isn't usually a problem. I might actually try to get this whole piece off a little bit more. You can see what I did. The fish, as far as what they might have felt when I did that, it's minuscule. Because I'm not talking about either hard hammering nor on the surface of the pond. It's on a different level, so they'll be fine. I don't have to do it a few times a day when it's cold like this. And right now my hands are starting to freeze, so I'm gonna go in.